I spent a week testing EV chargers all over Los Angeles, and this is what I found. This is the biggest problem with EV adoption. This is the biggest problem with EV adoption. This is the biggest problem with EV adoption. Wait, what? Okay, before I tell you about the biggest problem with EV adoption, let me tell you about all the amazing people who made this video possible. Our supporters. We couldn't do any of this without you, so thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video. Last week we made a video about how we were spend a week driving EVs all around Southern California, and we would test out various EV chargers along the way. Did it. It was awesome, and we learned a ton. But along the way, we kept running into one major issue after another. First, we had a charger that was completely dead. It wouldn't turn on at all. No matter how much we jiggled the handle or prayed to Jesus, it just would not work. So we ended up having to drive almost 30 miles out of our way to find a new charger. Then we got to the next charger and we plugged in only to find out that it was completely full. Didn't have any power. We checked the breaker and it was off. We reset it and then we waited 15 minutes for power to come back and we could start charging again. And finally, once we actually did get the charger to turn on, it started charging super slow, like turtle speed, like really, really slow. Like why even bother? And we were really confused because this is supposed to be a level 3 charger, right? This should be fast charging, but it was just so slow. And then we realized why. While we were charging, someone else pulled up in an EV, and they tried to plug in, and their car started making a weird noise. And then they looked at our charger, and they saw that our charger was only on level 2 and not level 3, so they drove off. And then when we went to go, we looked at the charger, and we realized that there was another button that we had missed that turned it from level 2 to level 3. So basically that charger was working, but it wasn't working at its full capacity, and no one knew that. And this seems to be a theme with a lot of these chargers, is that they kind of working, but not really working. So then we decided to go to the most popular EV charging station in LA, which is this one. It's called the Elevate, and it's in Santa Monica. It's right by the beach. It's got a bunch of chargers, like 8 or 9 different chargers, and every single one of them was broken. Every single one of these chargers was either not connecting to the app, or if it did connect to the app, it said that the charger was either not ready or the session had ended, and none of these chargers were working. They were all broken. So then we decided to go to another popular place, which is the Westfield, Topanga Mall. This mall has a bunch of chargers, and it's in a really good location, and it's supposedly one of the best malls in LA, and we couldn't get any of them to work. We also went to a bunch of other places like hotels and restaurants and workplaces, and all over the place we kept running into these same issues. Dead chargers, slow chargers, full chargers, all kinds of problems. So then we started to wonder, why are so many chargers broken? We don't know for sure, but we think it has to do with 2 things. First, a lot of these chargers are installed by different companies, and some of them just do know what they are redoing. There's no quality control. It's like, how do you install a charger backwards? Well, apparently you can, and it happens more often than you would think. Second, there's just so much demand for EV charging right now that a lot of these chargers are just getting used to death. They're overworked, and they're breaking down. But look, this isn't rocket science. It doesn't have to be complicated. All we need are some reliable chargers that work when we need them to, and that's it. Now, this isn't all doom and gloom. Right? There's still a lot of great chargers out there, and there are a lot of new ones being built all the time. But as more and more people adopt EVs, we need more and more chargers, and we need them to be reliable, and we need them to work. The future of EV charging is going to be really exciting. There's going to be more chargers, there's going to be faster chargers, and there's going to be better technology. But until then, we're just going to have to deal with the growing pains, and hopefully it gets better soon. Now, one thing we will say is that the Rivian has been an absolute champion through all of this. Even though a lot of these chargers weren't working, the Rivian never once had a problem connecting to them or charging from them. It always worked. Sometimes the charger didn't work. But the Rivian did its job, and it has a good feeling knowing that your car can charge from just about any charger. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you learned something new, and we hope you're excited about the future of EVs. We know we are. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.